All right, 5-9 gamers, welcome back to Dragon Ball Legends podcast, episode 29 after the tournament. Tom here. Let me know if you can hear everybody else. Somebody say something real quick. Okay, I can see the audio bar moving.
Oh.
Yo.
So I think we're
I
good.
can't hear you.
As always, make sure to check us out, not just on Twitch, but also on Twitter, YouTube, and everything else. We have ! Linktree in the chat, and you can find all our social media presences. Don't forget, Brad, you know it, Twitch Prime is not a crime. Today, I am joined by Tom, the professional streamer.
What's up?
We are joined by the free-to-play god, Asdi.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
We are joined by Bradical, the Super Saiyan Kid Goku lover. Okay, that sounded wrong. I'm taking that back.
What's up? How's it
It came
going?
out so bad.
I'm doing pretty good today too, so that's good.
We're joined by Nasdarachi, who looks like he's sitting in front of the sun.
Hello. Yes, I'm just radiating blinding whiteness with my epicness here. Okay. And
We
I
are
can't turn
joined
it off.
by Hybrid Prof. What's up? In his chill chair.
Yeah.
And we got the other legendary commentator. We got Ryuden here. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
So today's topics, we're obviously going to talk about Zenkai 7 Caulifla. We're going to talk about the Caulifla event itself and also the new equipment and the great rates that it had. We are going to speculate a little bit about those tweets on the Dragon Ball Legends official Twitter about a potential free GT unit that's incoming. We're going to talk about our experience after the first TOP season is over. Of course, speculate about video and stuff, which is happening soon, which we will also react to live here on Twitch. And yeah, we saw a screenshot of somebody using Purple Goku Black on another of those videos, which had some confirmed Zenkais. So we're going to talk about that as well. But first off, we're going to start with Zenkai 7 Caulifla. And the first impressions, the second impressions, what teams she's used on, and we're going to start it off with Ryuden. How do you like her?
So she's good. Obviously, much better when she faces up against Saiyans. She has really high stats. They changed one of her passives from strike damage against Saiyans to damage inflicted. I think she's good. Obviously, much better against Saiyans. Definitely gives the impression that she's a more mild Zenkai. Kind of follows the path of the red metal cooler as well as the yellow Frieza. But I wonder if it's because she has access to some of the best supports in the game. I wonder if it's a conscious decision to avoid making her too crazy, kind of like the Purple Broly, because they know that he would obviously be run with the Zenkai 7 Bardock. So I wonder if it's the same case with her. But yeah, I think she's good. She can be great. Once you give her a team that really buffs her up because her stats are so high, the percent damage inflicted buffs, she can do really well. She can put in a lot of damage. It hurts that she doesn't have card draw speed or very many ways to manipulate gaining ki. But, I mean, if you give her the opportunity to hit you, she's going to hit you pretty hard.
Yeah, I agree with Ryuden. I think her biggest role here is to be benched for hit, and then if you go versus like a blue purple Saiyan team or just a heavy Saiyan team in general, you can slide her on in there. But
Yeah.
she is suffering from the lack of the ability to produce cards, and she really only has like what 30% damage increase, and then she's gonna get like up to 45% strike damage increase assuming you swap out in front of her. So her base multipliers when she comes in the field, they're just not all there. She definitely needs support in order to achieve her full potential.
Yeah, and I mean, she
Definitely.
does have a very high strike stat to begin with, though. I think it's 291k, 295k, which is pretty high up there. But I'm curious, I used her with Vados in 18. What teams did you use her on?
I had the opportunity. I used her just by herself without any supports, just to get the impression how she is without it. She's okay. And then once you do run her with supports, I ran her with a Saiyan support just because everyone ran her with Vados and Topo. And obviously she looks far more impressive. Actually, you just asked what team we're using with. Yeah, I messed around with throwing her on Saiyans with the yellow Vegeta and the support Goku helping her, giving her that 10% damage inflicted buff. So any little bit of damage inflicted, any small percentage, she takes all the way just because her stats are so damn high. 10% for near 300k strike attack is a big leap.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, the issue with her is you're only gonna deal a good amount of damage when you're versing Saiyans, but if you're up like against Rival Universe or a team without a Saiyan tag, then she feels kind of lackluster to me. That's why I personally stopped at Zenkai 3, because I tested her at Zenkai 3 fully soul boosted, but I wasn't happy with her, so I stopped.
Yeah, she's a very specific scenario where she looks truly impressive. That's really what we're trying to get with her, I suppose. But I mean, if you let her control the field, just like, not to say comparably, but just like LF Broly, if you let them control the field, they can do a lot of work. You keep swapping out with her on the field, and she has a lot of female warriors / Rival Universe battle members. You're just gonna make her stronger and stronger, and she's gonna do a lot of work. What they should have done, this is just like a random little like thing out there. Can you imagine if she gained a strike card alongside the strike damage every time you swapped out? Then we would be able to hold her to higher regards. Then that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be 18 levels of shenanigans though. It just
Not
generating the card when you see an enemy. That's kind of how what LF Rose does.
It would be easier to play around with though, because you know that odds are they have another strike card, so you can try to play around a strike cover rescue, but not giving a card draw speed, because I don't want another 18 just with her there. So I think just one strike card could help.
I actually like that a lot too, because you know, she does gain the key like when your opponent swaps, but I think that's like where she struggles a lot. Is like she's going to be getting key every time your opponent swaps, but you don't have cards. So,
and they specifically made it strike damage. They didn't do damage inflicted, specifically strike. So I think it would have complemented her kit pretty well. But I guess they just wanted to hold back a little bit, because you know, Topo, Photos. I mean, if you let them go, then it's going to be a big problem.
True that.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Ahead,
there's been a general tune in the community lately that you're foolish to summon for anything but Zenkai, right? And I feel like even though there's very valid arguments to say that wasn't really the case, that you kind of use both of them depending on your situation, that they're trying to make it a little bit more clear cut in between who's the new premium unit and the Zenkais that are coming out. And that's why I feel like they're holding back on the latest units, and they did mention that they went a little too far with 18 to go on, so maybe we're just.
Would you guys say that Purple Hit is better?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I feel that way too. Because every time I face him, it's like I'm like, oh my god, get out of here, dude! And he like Okos me.
Yeah, that blue card. Oh my god.
I mean, they
She
announced
does-
him as one.
She does Zenkai buff him though, so if you're intending on running hit and you want to just squeeze every ounce of potential out of him, it's good to throw her on the bench for him though, potentially.
It was so smart that they did that too. Just like the yellow Frieza with yellow plus powerful opponent. There's a lot of longevity to it and more value to her Zenkai ability. It was smart.
Yeah. I really hope they do the same thing with Ribrianne, Rosie, and Kakunsa when they revisit them, and make sure that their Z abilities aren't tied to girls but Rival Universe as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about, we've all mentioned, because we've seen them do this in this format a lot now, right? Where they'll come out with a new unit and then come out with the Zenkai that buffs them, right? I think the most high profile was Gogeta Blue, right? And then like a week later, God Vegeta came out. And then, like you said, there's a couple other units in that same progression that they've done that. You know, most recent, of course, being like Hit comes out, then this Caulifla. What if they've set it up in kind of like a reverse for GT, where instead of doing the new unit first, the Zenkai came out first, being Super 17, buffing green GT, and that's an indication that this upcoming GT unit might be a green GT unit to actually receive that buff.
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that was something I was mulling over in my head, that maybe they've done a little switcheroo on us this time.
I feel like it's more just them acknowledging just how much help GT needs right now. The big issue is their Z abilities are really bad with the Super Saiyan 4s, just because it's one singular buff. For me personally, I prefer if they had like a refresh of new units with better Z abilities and stuff like that, as opposed to just a full reign of Zenkais. But I think they're going down the route of both. We're going to provide both Zenkais and some new lineups, because they're not even at life support at this point. They need a lot of help if they really want to be formidable.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, I agree though, and that might be, it might be a small hint with the green Super 17 of all units they picked to come in, because, I mean, that's a green Fusion GT unit, and there's a lot of speculation about a new Fusion GT unit coming out. Just saying.
Who could
That's
that
what I
be?
was thinking.
Wait, who fuses in GT?
Omega, right?
Ooh.
Pan and Bulma? What?
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, you mean Majub?
It's
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
right.
Majub
Yeah,
and
it's probably
Hercule.
Green Majub. Yeah, it's probably Green
Oh,
Majub.
we got that. Easy.
It's Majub and Hercule fused to make
Majorcule.
Mercule.
I don't want to see that.
Jerkle.
Mercule.
Mercule.
All right, this is some Dragon Ball Fusions territory right here.
Very murky. So what are your equips that you're running with her? For those.
So I gave the super painful platinum UI equip for Universal Survival Saga units. There's the awakened Here I Come for Rival Universe units as well, and then there's the awakened Romantic Drive. Just because it gives both offenses, both defenses, and the platinum equipment giving overwhelming amount of strike attack, I figure would be ideal.
Dude, between those two, you're basically giving her a Zenkai boost.
Yeah,
Literally.
gosh.
Between those two equipments, they're ridiculous.
I haven't farmed the equipment yet just because I'm lazy, but I'm just stepping in from my own educational correction possible here. It's not a platinum equip, isn't it? Isn't it one of the black bordered ones? Or
No,
do
it's
we
platinum.
consider those platinums also?
It's platinum. If you go sort by, it's platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I thought it had the little black border with the red line through it or
Which is,
whatever.
which is great because
Tinfoil hat theory is that this means that they're going to be making unique equips for ultra characters, because
Yes.
LFs were the most premium / rare unit at the time. So I guess this means like, hey, if we did it for them, then ultras got to get their own diamond equipped diamond.
Whoa.
No.
ultra
joke, but
platinum super.
Oh my
duper.
God.
I'm not joking. I'm serious. I genuinely believe that they're going to do that.
Look, right here. I'll hold up
I
my
mean, yeah,
webcam.
that's
It
just-
goes unique.
And then question mark on your game right now.
That's just the
Filter, but they already know there's another rank of item coming out.
Oh wow, he's
And
right. There is. I completely forgot about that.
This has been hinted at since the uniques came out in the first place that there was going to be a new rarity.
The dawn of-
but
I think they're just
you know,
trying to
that's just-
decide what kind of like metal to call this. Like, oh, do we go diamond? Do we go? What do we want to call it?
At first, I thought the items were going to be related to Zenkai units, and then there were rumors in the community of, well, it wasn't called Ultra at the time, but of the new rarity. And so I was like, the new rarity is going to get this. And then when the new platinum item came out, and it's not like the friendship item. This is a very, very good item that everybody that's Survival Saga can use. It kind of made me feel like they might be pulling back on the platinum items being just a Legends Limited thing. And then the new Ultra Premium UR units are going to, or UL, are going to have this new tier of item that we're expecting.
That's just also
Interesting.
the natural progression of power creep, right? Like there'll probably be like
Yeah.
3 different types of items if this game goes like 4 more years or something like that.
Well, and this item that we were just talking about is painful. Yeah, that's not awakened yet.
oh, please
no.
don't.
Did you grind the equipment, Prof?
I got a red C, but
What?
it's
Oh, so
yeah, it's
lucky.
mine is like 0.5% or 0.1% off perfect, but I don't know. I'm gonna get 3 of it, but I'm not gonna rush it. I really got to finish my Broly items before I finish a Rival Universe setup. But
Wait.
they've been pumping out just high tier items after high tier item. I cannot keep up right now.
It does have
Yeah.
that black
Yeah.
border with the gold arrow through it. So I guess they just consider those special platinum items or something? Like,
I
like-
mean, I guess
Is
is that
it
one
different?
of the first platinum items that is not connected to a specific character but attack?
well, you have
There
Yeah.
was the friendship item and the second anniversary item.
the friendship
Oh, yeah.
item, and those two are the only other ones that share this border.
Interesting. Because yeah, all the
But
other
yeah,
Wait,
ones.
so I have a question to kind of like lead off of that. Is do you guys think that UI Goku's gonna get his own like exclusive equipment after getting this one too, or
100%.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
would assume
Dude,
so.
imagine another
I-
one of these.
yeah?
Except
Well,
it's
it'll
also
be one with the traditional, more silver platinum looking border, and then it'll be.
They're the
unique to
same. I'm
only
just
him.
looking at them side by side. What are you talking about? Well, I guess
What do
it
you
is a
mean?
little bright. Is it brighter?
Dude, one of them's black with the gold line through it. The other
Bro,
one,
I'm looking at the Majin Vegeta item right next to the UI Goku item, and it's the same thing.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know what you're on, but
But let me smoke some of that.
yeah, hit me up. But seriously, it looks to see the same. It might be a little brighter, but some of that's placebo just
No,
because I'm
they're all the
looking
same.
at trying to find
Let me
something
pull
different.
up.
Yeah.
Let me pull up one. Here you go. You have your fool on the screen right now. It has the exact same border.
Thank you.
Go to the. Does the friendship
can see
equip
it.
have just the same
Oh,
border?
you can't see it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's using-
those are just platinum items, bro. They didn't make special borders for the friendship.
There you go. It's the same one. So if
Yeah.
you just switch between those two, you can see those are the same border.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. Same thin golden square with the black
This man's
border.
got me questioning myself.
Oh, that's a start.
But yeah, if we're talking about the rates on this equipment, it's horrible. Like I went so deep for just one Z of this. Like I think it was over 1,000 energy for the first red slot, and then 80 plus equipment erasers to get it to actual Z.
Dude,
and
I
if
used-
you want to do that for the whole team, that's gonna be crazy,
That's
dude.
fun. Dude,
I
I
have seen
wasted
so many
like
success
I think
stories.
100 rolls or more, and I still only got a yellow first slot. I only got it to S.
Yo, the past 3 weeks, I have poured almost 100%. And the past 2 weeks, it was 100% of my Ultra Space Time Rush into that Gohan Platinum item. And I can't even get one slot to move, and that's 300 plus erasers.
Oh my
That's
god.
one slot.
That's insane.
Jesus.
That's pain, not this item. This I keep seeing people posting Z's and Z pluses, and if you're getting that in the first week, that's not a painful item.
Nah, but for me,
Gua, our boy Dondre in chat has a perfect Gua. That is pain.
what? That's like the holy
It
grail.
is.
Yeah, he did. He summoned Thanos with that one. There's an Infinity Stone on his phone now.
That's crazy. But yeah, since we're talking about the event, Brad, did you finish it? And what are your thoughts on this Caulifla event?
I mean, I don't mind. It's a standard event. Like, it gives you the nice daily stage you can do. Get it. Sorry, I actually restarted my phone just now, so now it's running through an update. So I was gonna go into the event, but that's pretty cool. There you have this daily one you can do where you get the purple Zenkai soul, just like we had the green one, just like the red one. So it's solid on that. Obviously the equipment, I kind of been just running that every time I have 10 energy. I'll run through it real fast. It's pretty standard. Nothing special about the event, but it's alright. I did like getting the Z power. It got me exactly to 14 stars.
Wait,
So that was pretty cool.
Can I say that I love this style of event? If you're gonna have pointless PvE, make it to where the missions take 2 seconds to do, and it's themed around the character I'm using, and I'm not swapping purples and greens and 2 EXs and,
And 5
hero
heroes.
minus shallot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I take Caulifla, and a lot of people are even saying that UI Goku fight. I didn't struggle with it, but a lot of people are saying it was hard. And if you're saying that these are easy to understand, easy to comprehend missions, and if you just breeze through it, you breeze. This thing took like less than 30 minutes to do.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Also, yeah, as you said, the missions are just battle with only one Caulifla and like land an attack with Caulifla or something like this, and those were the missions, right?
Yes, I'd much prefer that, and maybe clear in X amount of timer counts, right? Or clear without a dead ally. Those are the kind of mission requirements I'm all for. I hate the ones that are like land 3 blast keys. And they're like, what? Did I land 3 this fight? You kind of melted, right?
Cover
The
change
first
3
attacks.
times.
Yeah, oh, the
Dude,
cover change
that-
one is
that's
probably
the
the
Change
worst
on
one.
the story
That's
when the
actually-
opponent doesn't string a combo.
Yeah.
Good old
Those
times.
forever.
Oh man.
Can I say I'm just happy that they brought another one of these? When was the last one? It was Red Gogeta, right?
Yeah, it was Gogeta's.
No,
or was it
Super
Super
Saiyan
Saiyan
No,
Goku.
LF
Goku?
Super Saiyan 3
Yeah,
had
it's Super
one.
Saiyan because we got the green ones. Yeah, the green
Wasn't that long
Zenkai
ago?
souls.
I think.
It wasn't too long
I s-
ago, but I'm just happy that they're considering making this a more frequent thing. It's like, hey, we're gonna Zenkai somebody. Not gonna consistently every Zenkai release an event like this, but every so often we're gonna release it. Some of you can get some copies. Some of you could push you to the 7 stars, and I like earning back some of the Zenkai souls that I put in for this character.
Yeah.
I like earning just a little bit back, so it stings a bit less because I'm pretty drained for resources at this point.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Everything's taken everything.
You just
Well, in
play
my
the stages on
opinion-
the weekend, huh? The soul stages.
If you're skipping Caulifla right now, which like 80% of the community is, this is just souls stacking up in your inventory. Like, you're gonna be ready for the next purple Zenkai. So don't even sleep on this event if you don't care about Caulifla. As Ryuden said, like, if you do these events as they come around, and finally the unit you care about does hit the banner, bing bang boom, you can just max them out right there.
I'm pretty devastated right now because I was going to use these souls on Super Saiyan 3 Goku because I finally got a Google Play gift card and I could get him to Zenkai 7, and then there's no sales. So if I want a Zenkai, I'm going to have to buy full price stones.
But get the Super CC and get yourself that's probably the best deal per crystal, isn't it? If you're gonna
What?
actually consider the rates of pulling an LF
There is
unit.
no Super CC.
they're
There's
already
literally
gone,
nothing
I think.
in the shop. All
Oh,
the
they're
guns
already
are
gone?
Yeah, I think they
Oh.
left like yesterday or the day before.
Yep, and yesterday's when I got the gift card. So I'm screwed again. So I guess I'm just not getting Zenkai 7.
Well, it's a
Goku.
sign, man.
Unless there are more sales soon. 'Cause we can get.
Yeah, but his
Impossible.
banner
You have
leaves
to
in
do it,
3
Nas.
days.
Oh,
Like he's gonna leave when the new sales rotate
okay.
in.
Yeah, before the whatever comes next.
So I'm screwed.
So by the way,
Yeah,
are
no,
we
you're not,
expecting
man.
an LF on Wednesday? What do you think?
Probably.
We're expecting some sort of new unit, and I'm sure Tuesday we'll find out who that is.
Yeah, because I think we got the Try to Surpass Me event again, which gave you another couple of question mark tickets, and those are usually for the next step up, like 2 weeks after.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. You're
And we're about due for another one.
Yep. That's why I also saved my my LFC power this time. Let's see what comes out.
I
Are
was
I'm
so
saving my
strapped for
LC card for that
resources, I
future hunt.
exchanged those for energy.
you did?
Yes.
Wow, I have 2,000 energy for some.
Dude, that platinum equipment,
Yeah.
all the souls I needed, everything got gobbled up. I was running low, and then the Ultra Goku missions, needing you like, get 500,000 equips, KO 200,000 characters, all, Zenkai 50 characters, all this stuff, all those missions needed resources, and I wanted to get them done, so I had to do it.
You had to do it to him. Yeah, I guess I
had
saved
to do it.
energy. I got like 3,000 energy, and then I used about 1,000 on the equip and on the souls in Zenny, especially Zenny grind. Because well, if you keep rerolling with the racers, at one point it's gonna cost you 12 million, right?
Yeah.
Brad, you look like you're suffering right now. You're like
Yeah,
full
even chat's
face palm.
noticing.
Oh, sorry. No.
He's fighting
I'm
something.
doing
Let's
Pokemon
not
Community
break
Day
his
on 3
focus.
separate phones. Sorry.
Is that
He's
Pokemon?
not
That
real
was-
with us.
That is the embodiment of gacha life right there.
That was the full-blown Picard face palm right there. Yeah.
Sorry. Well, all this stuff, I didn't really do a whole lot of the new things that came out. I didn't care about Caulifla. I went for the equip, and I have 2 red slots and 1 gold slot.
Dude, give me one.
But I'm gonna
nice
try.
flex,
I spent
Jesus.
80. I spent 80 erasers trying to do the damn Goku one, where it's all up to my fists.
Oh yeah.
And I was hoping I'd be like, all right, 45 of these. I'll throw the rest into this USS equipment. All 80 went straight into that one equipment. I was like, well, I guess these are just hanging out as A's for right now, then. So
That sounds good.
I don't have much else to like chip into it, honestly. That's why I was just like, all right, well, let's catch some Snivies real quick for Pokemon Go.
Fair enough.
How do you guys get
Get some snipes.
Because we're at the Pokemon podcast. But
True.
if we want to go back, I guess we got a couple of tweets in the last days and even one today about some more riddles. Nas, what do you think is coming with those GT hints?
Well, there's no telling specifically what they're planning to release. I mean, obviously we could narrow it down to something GT related. And we also have the built-in hints, the DBL dash on the Omega Shenron, and then 34 on the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta picture. What I am expecting is a third picture of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, probably tomorrow, with even some more numbers on it, or another little hint, right? Because it's not done yet. All we essentially know from this, after seeing the DBL dash, people thought, oh, maybe it's going to say dash EVT and it's going to be a free character. Well, that's kind of been dispelled by the Vegeta character, because the DBL 34 dash is going to be the 34th batch of characters. Like if you look at the hit banner and the revival Goku, they are DBL 33, right? Dash whatever after that. So that was the 33rd batch of characters. This is going to be the 34th, and it does seem like it's going to be GT related. My direct kind of assumption is it's either going to be a brand new LL unit for GT, because LL, of course, GT has no LL units that they have direct access to. Probably Super Saiyan 4 Goku Dragon Fist is what my assumption would be.
Ooh.
However, we had the teaser from the official source itself that was teasing the video and stuff, which is a great opportunity to plug to you guys that we'll be reacting to that live again. I believe the 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you're free, come check us out for that live reaction. But it said in the description, this character is unusual compared to the others. It's not like the rest. So potentially, if it's not just a Dragon Fist LL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I'm thinking it's going to be maybe like a combo support assist Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta character. That would be my primary guess, just based off the fact they said that the upcoming character is going to be unusual. But it is entirely possible that this set of hints and that teaser were about two separate units. You know, that is still a possibility. But I think everything's lining up for GT to get some major love here. And like they said, it'll probably be something a little bit unusual compared to the rest of the characters. Whether that means it's a combo support assist unit with both of them on there, or maybe it could be like Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 4. That would be pretty unusual because I don't think we have any good guy characters that change models, right? Like we have Cooler, right? When he transforms,
Vegeta,
he becomes
Yeah, we have
Final
Vegeta.
Super
Form.
Saiyan movie
Well-
Vegeta that goes to Super Saiyan God, right?
Yeah, that's just a color swap though, right? Like
No,
that's
he
just
gets thinner, bro. He slims down, drops some weight.
He drops some.
it's
some
basically
pounds.
just a color palette
Bro.
swap. Like
nah,
we don't have a good
bro.
guy
It's
unit.
a new model because there's no stretching of the model, right? It's just two completely different characters.
Well, I didn't really
it's
notice
not-
how much skinnier he got, but either way, this is two like really separate different models. Like a Kid Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 4 is a lot less, subtle differences than the Super
Like
Saiyan to
Golden
God.
Train Ape.
The only reason why I'm bringing that up is not that it's a subtle difference, is that it is just a straight up different model. So they're not taking like a same outfit and scaling it down to another character. It is a straight up different model, and because of that, you could totally just have two Goku models, Kid Goku, then Adult Goku. If you look at Cooler, it's not like he grows the spikes and everything. The only thing we actually see animated is his face mask. It just pans the camera to like 4 different.
Yeah, but he
angles,
also
and then-
becomes like double the size, so he.
Yeah, I know.
grows.
The model just instantly poof changes. I mean, yeah, that's all that would happen for Goku. We've already seen this in the game.
They could totally do that for the good guys with Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku to adult, Super
Well,
Saiyan
3
4.
Kid Goku would be brand new, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's not even in
Yeah.
the game yet,
Yeah.
so.
I know
That'd
one
be
person
dope.
who would be very happy about this, and it's
I
probably
mean,
Brandon.
too.
I pretty much agree with what Nas is saying. That's what I was thinking too. It's going to be a GT related step up. It's going to be an LF. He could be another unit that's not a Broly that has a ultimate after he transforms. So it could be that Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4. Keep in mind the 34 also aligns with the 34th episode of GT where he actually does go Super Saiyan 4 for the first time, and he does use Super Saiyan 3 when he fights Baby there. So a lot of little coincidences that are obviously planned. I agree with Nas, and there is a chance that it's going to mean that Goku's going to be the LF, Vegeta's going to get a new Super Saiyan 4 character, because remember the Angel Vegeta, they never teased a Kid Buu LF, just the Angel Vegeta that was also on the banner. So I think it's going to be like that. All we can summarize is that, hey, all the GT fans, something's happening. You're getting something.
and
Finally.
based off the
Let's
fact they
go.
went out of their way to say, hey, this character is unusual compared to the rest, I would expect some new mechanics, potentially similar to like what UI Goku has, but different. He's not gonna have the auto dodge meter, but it could be a character that features a new mechanic like that. Ergo, giving him that moniker of being a more unusual than the other units, right? I'm definitely expecting that to factor in.
It's gonna boil down to how far they stretch different from normal characters. Like, how do they define what different is? Could it be that they're introducing another model for the transformation? Are we gonna see Ozaru for a little bit? Like, what is different? To them, it could be, oh, look at that, his hair falls off and he changes. There you go. That's different to us. We don't know what they mean by different.
His hair.
It could be the most minor thing ever. It really could be a super tiny difference from what they've normally done, and they would be willing to call it different. And then for us, we're just over speculating and stretching it.
I just thought it meant a brand new character, like a character we literally haven't seen in the game yet.
Yeah, but I mean,
Power
they,
bonus.
like I said, they said he's not like the rest, so there's got to be something mechanically.
Yeah, I would love
different
that
too.
new game mechanic.
No, I would love new game mechanic, but I
They
don't
said
see
it. They
We're
said
gonna
it.
start getting into some crazy things where you can use like a green card in the middle of a combo or something. Like we're gonna start getting into some
or
weird
like a
stuff.
block
Oh,
card.
I was wanting like if you know how if you use two blast cards together, they just feed perfectly into each other. Have characters that if you lock multiple strikes and multiple blasts into each other, it upgrades the next strike to be another kind of animation, and so you can chain cards together. It would discourage players from using sidestep and charge step, which would ultimately make the flow of fights far more consistent, right?
Well, like
And it
whenever
would
you
be-
use a red or yellow card, it combines all of the ones in your hand for additional effect or something like
Not
that.
necessarily. Like, you know how if you have like 4 strikes and you can just go ding 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 and you light them all up? If you light them all up, as it changes into the next one, it's actually a second part of the combo. Instead of just another strike arts, the uniqueness of that character would be upgrading that strike to be something new. And if you did 4 in a row, God knows what you'd do to your
They
opponent.
could do that
right?
with Ultra characters.
Yeah, I could totally see that with Ultras, but I am waiting for characters like if you use multiple blasts in a row, suddenly they start shooting blasts that can't collide with their opponent's blast. They just kind of beat them or something, right? There's super blast arts or something. Like,
All of
Like
a sudden-
every
They-
blast cards is like a mini Kamehameha or something, and it just overrides.
yeah, if you like chain 2 of them together, it's like it's not gonna, you know, your opponents would start colliding. On the second collision, it wouldn't happen. You would just win, right? Stuff like that would
Or
be
it
really
just
cool.
nullifies blast armor. Yay!
I know. I was about
It's
to
a
say, it's
blast,
gonna pierce
a
through it.
blast
That'd be
card with
crazy.
blast armor, so your blasts themselves are armored and go through other blasts.
Yeah.
Or Azik, you wanted to
there
say
you go.
something? Or
Oh no, I was just saying that sounds so terrifying.
Doesn't that sound fun though? They do like 2 blasts in a row. It's like, oh crap, it's that dude.
Yeah.
Maybe if you just have like a whole hand of blast cards and you initiate one, it just combines them all and turns them into a blue card Kamehameha or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, if you tap them all, yeah, it would just upgrade them. Like the second one in your blast, it can use all 3. But the reason why I thought this would be a fun mechanic is probably the least fun in the game is when your opponent's playing Kefla and you can walk away from your phone and the combo's still going, right?
scrap
And
coffee.
so
Kefla,
would
is
just
she
be
good
exactly-
or? I
nah,
don't
Yeah,
even know if
she's-
she's good or
she's
not.
mid.
That's even more
Anyways.
magnified by DKPs. If you stack both DKPs together, the combo literally never ends.
oh yeah.
it's just an idea to incentivize shortening somebody's combo for a higher payout, right? Rather than I want to drag this on for as long as humanly possible to kill timer counts and drive you insane with my never-ending strike arts.
Well, we are assuming right now that it's gonna be either Goku or Vegeta. If not that, what else could it be?
Shadow Dragon.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
are
yeah,
they,
I
are they
mean,
hype
I
enough
really-
for it?
No, not for
Oh,
now.
now we're
that's
just
fine.
talking-
No, I was thinking like if we were talking like free or something. No,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be.
Because I mean, some people were also speculating just based off of these tweets that we might see something similar to the Ginyu Force event, where we just get some like of the lesser hype Shadow Dragons for free.
I would
That'd be
love
amazing,
that.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
because they're also not in the game yet, and you know they could do something cool with, for example, with Oceanus, how she disguises herself, you know, and stuff like that. Maybe there was something there.
I think we would at minimum get Ice and Nova. I think at minimum. I don't think. I wouldn't look too much to the other ones, but if there's some kind of event, we'd at least get those 2, right?
Yeah.
Oceanus is probably the third one that would be the most hype.
That was something else that was on the back burner of my mind because we do have to keep in remembrance that anniversary is coming up here, like almost like a month and a half away, right? Like a month, 2 months away, a month and a half.
month and a half, yeah.
So would they release the ultra hypeness right now, or would they release just something that's pretty hype and then have that lead into anniversary where the real hypeness is, right?
They gotta
So-
drain your CC real quick, yeah.
I would just tell you this: they dropped UI Goku, and then on 1000 Day they did Broly Gogeta.
That's
Depending
what I'm
on
saying,
who you
right?
are,
Like, so that sets it up in my mind to be like, oh, well, maybe we'll get something Shadow Dragons related, or the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Dragon Fist LL animation ult, and then that leads into the real Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for anniversary or something, right? That would
or
kind
they
of
drop
mimic.
Gogeta for this one and do something even crazier for Annie.
But what would be
Well,
I could
mean,
totally see Gogeta coming this week.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is definitely the pinnacle of GT content. Like, there is
We gotta
nothing
think about
above him.
the first anniversary. We got Goten and then Super Vegito. So I don't know. If we went Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who gets that hype and that parallel to like Goten to Super
Power,
to
Power
Vegito?
Brothers?
Well, they go back to. There's a lot of people in my chat that has been speculating that they're going to get GT out of the way and then pivot back to TOP for anniversary.
We
and that
still
this,
need we transforming baby. Like, there's still tons of GT
It makes
with
There's
God of
some,
Destruction Topo, there's Full
Majup.
Power Jiren. I mean, I don't think we would get MUI Goku this soon after Omen, but there's a lot of TOP moments that we haven't explored yet. But
I
yeah,
feel
no,
like
TOP's always weird in games though, because like they don't want to touch it too much because we haven't, we're just finished it and like there's no other Dragon Ball after that. It's the final thing, so it's always a hard thing for them to like dive head first into,
people been saying MVP 17.
Dude, that is a good one.
Okay.
That is good, but I don't want to fight any more androids though.
Yes, you do. I want Android.
I could definitely, but because we know that GT doesn't push banner sales that much, so I could totally see them doing something a little bit less hype now, and then setting up the anniversary again to be like GT versus Super or whatever, and having Gogeta then, and then a full power Jiren or whatever, on the other banner. That's in my. I was gonna say, in my mind, that's the way they sell GT units, right? That if they're not gonna sell on their own, then they have to stack them with events that have other hype characters to help carry their sales. So.
Well, last year they they tried to do that, but then they were like,
Right.
you may as well just sub it on the Super banner.
There's
no reason to go on this GT
say
one.
something?
Oh no, I just wanted to say that what Nas was saying is what I think so too. Them gradually dropping off like some GT stuff would probably mean that they're going to do another Arc versus Arc thing, where it's going to be probably Super or Tournament of Power versus GT, which would be cool.
Tournament of Power.
Or we could
Prof,
see Future.
Did you replace your office chair with a giant beanbag?
No, my office chair is chilling over there with a cat in it. But when I'm chilling, we whip out the beanbag. What am I supposed to do? Like, keyboard warrior right now? I'm just chilling. We're doing the podcast.
Okay, now I feel offended. No, it's all good. So yeah, since we're already started talking about it, Tom, what do you expect for video and stuff? Why do you think those two women are on the picture? And what is the
First
chat?
of all,
What's he thinking about right now?
who are these people?
That's what I can say. I can give some additional backstory into this, not to steal the topic from Tom, but the woman on the right is Janneke van Uyen. She is the EU Bandai Community Manager. I don't specifically know who the woman on the left is, but I have been told that she is also a Bandai Community Manager. The running assumption is that Janneke has been helming the English Dragon Ball Legends Twitter this whole time. So that is something that may or may not be revealed to us when they introduce them. But yeah, both of those ladies are community managers for Bandai directly. They're not voice actors. They're not necessarily any type of tease as to what's up and coming. Now, they could still parallel this with like a duo assist unit, Kale and Caulifla, right? Like maybe they are being that level of 4D chess here, but realistically, they're both just community managers for Bandai.
Okay, so Tom, now that you have all this new information and processing it, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I want to see them talk about a fix for the loading times on Wednesday. That's gonna drop on Wednesday. And second, and second of all, if it's gonna be a new unit, I want it to be GT. If they let me down with my GT hype and release something else, then I'm gonna be sad. Like I'm just expecting that this is gonna be a short episode where they talk about like fixes and stuff, and then about the new units, which I hope they're gonna be GT.
It's actually a pretty long episode. I think somebody saw that it's well over 25 minutes.
Well, they're gonna fight again, probably versus.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
girls.
be introductions, discussing what kind of work they do, so if people are familiar with who they are, maybe a little bit of PvP, and then towards the end they're going to be talking about here's the new units and what our roadmap is, perhaps.
Or maybe about the next Tournament of Power or whatever, which is a hype mode.
Yeah, wait. I'm not 100% sure. Was that sarcasm?
Nah, it was totally true.
Okay.
Yeah, it is like
11 out of 10
Pinnacle
would play again,
Legends.
yeah?
Yeah, that's my topic in a second. I can't wait to talk about TOP.
Wait, so Tom, I gotta ask you, since you share the hype for GT, what I'm kind of like a little bit scared because I kind of did. We waited for so long. I kind of wanted GT to be the highlight of Anniversary. Do you think we're getting like a little bit too early, or because like other people think that Anniversary is just gonna focus more on TOP?
Well, if tomorrow or not tomorrow, on Wednesday they're gonna drop Gogeta, then GT is off the Anniversary 100%. But if it's gonna be like we said, the Goku or a Vegeta, whatever, then we can safely assume that it's gonna be GT related at least half of the Anniversary, I guess.
Palm, I don't know if you want to show it on screen or not, but I DM'd you the Twitter account of the lady on the right. If you
Alright, let me see.
pop it up just to show who she is. She actually retweeted the video and stuff post too, so yeah, that's 100% confirmation that that's who that is.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. All right. So what do the other guys expect for this video and stuff?
new unit. You know, I want to touch on something that Tom brought up. They tweeted out, you know, oh, we're aware of these longer load times. Like, I went up straight up, used the bathroom, came back, realized I didn't wash my hands, and kept going during a load screen this morning. Like, it's atrocious. So the whole community is complaining about it. Great. They came out and they've already said that they're going to address the issue. And that tells me that they already have a fix in mind that they're working on, right? They know what the issue is. They're going to address it. But we still have the item glitch, the Zenkai glitch,
Green card.
where green card glitch. I mean, you can work that out of your system, but mainly I'm talking about not being able to queue if you have items on a unit, or not being able to connect with other people if you have items or Zenkais on. And the worrisome thing for me is that they come out and they say within like a day that, oh my God, this is an issue. We're going to address this. Calm down, guys, right? And they haven't said a word about this issue that has been all but proven in the community. Because
the equipment's one,
the equipment glitch.
Yeah.
Goresh spoke to Toshi directly.
I know, but that's not a public. That's not
Toshi,
a tweet.
Toshi said that they're unable to replicate it. Like, they don't
I understand.
know.
That's the
without
worrisome
being able
thing.
to without being able to replicate it, they can't fix it.
That's true.
We're stuck with it. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got this loading screen issue done in a week. The other one is just here to stay.
Well, they probably know what caused that, right? Because it didn't happen before the big update, and then as soon as they added the revamped like queue screen where it shows your enemy's team in the red and the blue, as soon as that update happened, it regressed the load time. So they probably could narrow that down and fix it, but without them being able to identify and replicate the equipment one, that's going to take a lot longer.
Yeah, they'll need all the information, like your phone, your Wi-Fi time. Sometimes it's the time of day as well, where, you know, like your internet is being a little bit more clogged up. At least if they use vectoring, and then everybody and their brother is watching Netflix in your house, all of a sudden your line's gonna get slower.
I have a feeling that Legends, the ultimate problem is Legends has issues communicating with certain ports between people's phones and their Wi-Fi routers. Like, some routers just don't forward the information through the ports properly, because I've had that twice on 2 separate routers. Had that problem where I just could not play PvP. Then I switched back to an older router and boom, perfect again. Now it works. So it's like, it's a port forwarding issue too.
This one's a little bit more anecdotal, but I've noticed a crap load of disconnects. Just, it feels like it's legitimately 20% of my fights are ending in a disconnect now.
Yep.
Yeah,
In the
I have a
lobby
feeling
or
that
during
that's
the loading, right?
Yeah,
That's
and it is.
also a side effect of the same issue, I think.
Yeah, they might be related, but ever since 3.0, I have been seeing disconnect after disconnect after disconnect, and obviously the loading screen issues.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember I watched, so I had a tournament on my Discord, and we watched the videos on stream, and legit there was one video that was 16 minutes long, and it was 2 fights, and each of the fights loaded in for 3.5 minutes because one of the guys took so long to load into the match. Like, imagine 3.5 minutes, and then the match takes 2.
You guys also haven't mentioned the even worse part about this problem too, is it's not exclusive to PvP. Like, this extreme load times, like every time after 3.0 came out, I hadn't finished the Frieza 50 stage event. Every single stage that I tried to load into had a download bar and took about 2 to 3 minutes to download into the stage. So I just gave up even trying to finish
I think
the event.
it's a phone issue. Like, I found Ryuden on ladder the other day, and I laughed because he literally connected faster than me. It just turned the whole thing we're complaining about up on its head. Because I've been connecting just fine. My loading bar goes straight up.
Same.
And our fight ran beautifully. So clearly, I'm assuming he's using his iPad at that time, that we're both using latest gen devices. 0 issues. Connected in a second.
Well, my S20 Plus is like super slow. I went and did story, and like I had to do each of the stories and stuff. And yeah, it was the same thing as Nas had. I sat there for like a minute and a half just waiting to get into a freaking story thing. Just so I can clear like 3 Cybermen real quick in part 1. Like,
yeah.
You
I
know-
just hope that this is the patch on Wednesday, ultimately. Like, we're talking about video and
well,
stuff.
they're
I
gonna
really hope
fix
they say
it. We
they
know
fix
that.
it.
That's a fixable one. The problem, like you said, is the equipment glitch. Like, those kind of glitches that can't be resolved, those are the issues. Because they can fix the load times.
Yeah, the equipment
Realistically.
glitch actually brings people to quit the game because they cannot use all of their units that they want.
Yeah,
and
they
that they
literally can't
partially
do
paid
stuff.
for because Zenkai units, you know, and stuff like this. But yeah, so what are we actually expecting in terms of, because they said there's new info about updates and characters. So what do you think about the characters? What is coming?
I think that's directly related to these teasers that they're doing right now. So I'm gonna keep my foot in the GT arena here.
Yeah, I think we already pretty much answered that question. We're expecting GT or maybe some obscure TOP nonsense, but it looks like it's going to be GT. I'm expecting a free-to-play unit similar to 21 Vegito, all those, right? Rising Battle, and then a premium LF unit, and then a third unit to go alongside of it.
It is possible they surprise us though, because they have done it before where they've lined up like V-Jump releasing and then a video and stuff like a couple days later before, and they didn't cover the same information, right? Like there was different stuff in the V-Jump than what the video and stuff showed. So maybe they do pull a little switcheroo and don't talk about GT stuff here, but I think they probably will.
You know what I'm curious about? The one thing I'm hoping to see is that they plan on releasing a Rising Battle character that can defend the LF every time they drop a new one, because they did for Kid Buu. That Buhan, the one that we got for free. Granted, we said that he was just okay, but his typing helped protect the Kid Buu, and I wonder if that feeds alongside the the name tag stuff. Maybe it's like, hey, we're releasing a new LF. You're gonna get a new Rising Battle character that's for free too, GT themed. My hope is that they show that they're gonna do that too. I think that'd be a great way if they're gonna release so many frequent LFs that they also complement it with, here's a Rising Battle character for free too that can defend him in terms of typing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's dope. I mean, there's no negatives to getting more characters, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they're free. Like,
And I mean, I think we already said that even if they just reskin some characters for free characters, I think that's okay.
oh yeah.
Well, in terms of typing, what do you think GT needs the most? They need all of them, but what do you think is the most dominant one they need?
I need a yellow.
Yeah, Purple Goku's still alright. He's actually not horrific.
Yellow to cover the 17?
Goku's fine. 17 is fine.
Yeah, yellow to cover
probably.
17 for sure.
I would like them to just Zenkai Senshin run.
He'd be really good. Him and
instead of a
17
new
together,
yellow.
and then give us like an ultra nuke type unit. That'd be a nasty team setup.
We need a Red Legends Limited. I don't know how we got to our first Ultra unit. Like, we got a Red Ultra unit before a second Red Legends Limited. Give us another Red Legends
The next one is
Limited.
going to just be another Gohan.
Just another Gohan.
Yeah, I don't know why they refuse.
They're probably saving it for like God Key. It's like, oh, anniversary. Here's this red you needed God Key. It's
SSBE,
Ultra.
red.
Good luck getting that type you need.
Bro, hopefully it's Monkey versus
my
God Key.
God.
That's what I want to see.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
anniversary.
That would do it, though, guys. Hear me out. We're talking about how Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would be the pinnacle of hype. What else would they drop? Well, Ultra. It could be Ultra anybody you've already seen before
Ultra
for
Frieza.
third anniversary.
The ultra
and
ultra
you'll
instinct.
be fine. ultra
UI
yeah, but
Goku.
real talk, if they drop an Ultra unit for anniversary, it could be it could just be freaking Super Vegito again, and I don't think anybody would complain. No, that's you.
Become such a negative man. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we, Prof, you couldn't wait to talk about Tournament of Power, and I figured we'd talk about this mode just one more time because, well, we've now played it through once. It's over. I think I still need to do my last boss, but I think pretty much most people are through with it, and I'd be interested, what's your verdict after the first preseason, Prof?
Okay, so everybody else should talk right after I'm done talking because I'm going to be negative, but I was excited for the concept, was very let down by the concept once I started playing it, and halfway up the board I stopped looking at the organization of my units. I just started clicking on the ones with 2 fists on it. Okay, this one's a healing square, and then I completed it. I found myself completely jaded at the mode within a week.
I enjoyed
So
it.
someone say something nice?
Go ahead. Isaac.
No, I thought you were gonna continue. I wasn't sure if you were done ranting about how much.
No,
you
I'm
hated
done
it.
with it. I'm just happy that it plays itself.
I was going to immediately pop in and just say that I do think that it is a fundamental flaw in the design of the game that they made the battles skippable. Like, they should have just made us watch the fights.
What?
And
please.
optimize the rollout of the fights.
Bro, no.
Yes, because...
It's the one thing that's making it bearable.
No, because it's not a game mode. It's just another menu clicking.
Yeah, no, it
simulator
gives you
this way.
rewards, bro. That's the only thing that's okay about it. You just kind of go through it. If you guys want to theory craft,
the priority on making a new game mode shouldn't be that. It should be it's actually fun.
Well, it's not.
To be honest,
That's what I'm saying.
I liked it because
That's the problem.
but it's not just menu.
So don't make me watch the fight. That's not fun.
No, I think that's fine that you can watch them if you want to. You don't have to. But what I liked about it is that it's more strategizing than I mean it's like a kind of a counterpoint to like the normal way the game is played where it's all action and you have to react in real time. And here it's more about what they said, it's like chess. So you have to strategize.
Yeah.
Okay, where do I put my hit so that his strike cover changes those 3 units that are on low HP? Where do I put my Vados so that she supports the other units with extra damage or key recovery or whatever it is? And then how do you kind of marry that to the concept of that you have those extra nodes on your 3x3 board which gives you like more special move or whatever? And this paired with the fact that it seems that a viable strategy might be actually losing once so you can get 2 extra battles so you can get more points. Is something that makes me kind of excited for the next preseason just to try that out. And also I saw that there's like a metric shit ton of boost characters for the next season. So if you go to the pickup characters of the next season, there's like an insane amount of 4% characters. But Asdika, I think you wanted to chime in earlier.
I was just gonna say that basically, the boost units. I think even we had it in chat right there too. So the boost units were like probably like one of my biggest issues with it initially, but like how you just said, we have a bunch of new boost units coming in next season. I think like because for me personally, like I initially went into this just bringing all boost units, and then I just got clapped, and so I was like, okay, well that did not work, and I had to kind of just like force my way to like a yellow tile to kind of just like rebuild my team, and then I ended up just using 2 boost units so I can get through the whole thing. But it was clear cut that I was not getting as much points as I was with the actual boost units, right? But ultimately, I did, like how you said, I liked how it did have a little bit of strategy. I enjoyed myself. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm going to be a little bit of a positive pillar right now for this game. But I kind of did like it. Like, I would go and before, even when I was out of TP, I'd be like, okay, let me make my formation for when I do get TP. Let me go ahead. This is the attack order that I'm going to use. And I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm already set up for the next time I do get TP.
I followed the same example. I just ran in with boost characters, and then about halfway through, I realized, okay, I'm actually going to have a little bit of difficulty getting towards the end. And I mean, I will admit, at that point, I had to start putting some thought into things, like make sure that I go on tiles where majority of the characters I have left have type advantage against the opponents, and who attacks first is based off a key recovery. So it's like, all right, and then pay attention to who's about to use a special move, the little yellow bar and stuff like that. So there is some level of thinking you can put to it, but I think they kind of oversold the mode in itself. I think it's okay. I don't mind it. I'm just not fond of the energy system, because for a lot of us that are already done, we're already going to lose energy by the time another reset comes in. I don't know. I think it's okay. Just the energy system could be better.
And you know what? That's actually what makes me think that losing is a viable part of a strategy, because you get like six extra energy, right? You have 6 more energy than you need, because there's going to be the maintenance at one point. And if you lose, you get set back by 2 tiles. You lose your streak bonus, but you still get another like 650, 700k points if you then come back with your full HP team and just ruffle stomp the rest of the fights. So if you lose towards the end, when you already have most of your streak, it might actually be viable to say, okay, I'm going to lose once, or maybe you lose even twice. And
how do you set up to lose?
I'm sorry?
No, sorry, I'll let you finish your thought.
Did you just ask something like, how do you lose? Or
just don't lose.
Just don't heal.
You run out of time.
How do you set it up to lose? You just
run
walk
out
in
of
with your
time.
characters and then that's it.
No, you run out of time. Like, the way you lose, because I've had people in the Facebook group and on Twitter posting that they lost fights and they went back to, assuming that you lose a couple times, and the way that the stamina regen is set up, you will run out of time to complete the event.
Well, you get 6 extra stamina, so you can lose 3 times technically.
No.
I
So
mean,
basically,
you go back 2
how do you
spots, so
plan
you have to make up the
lose,
2 spots you
like,
just lost
yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's what
Doesn't work like
I'm
that.
saying. You need 25, but we get 31.
Well,
It's like it's not super duper
Regardless.
complex what Palm is saying. You just take that L so you can get that extra match in there, right?
Exactly.
But then Ryuden's saying, like, how do you just take that L planned? When it's like you just run out of energy at a certain
before
point.
we promote
without,
this to the community, do we even know if that gives you more points than just?
I don't think
straight
it-
up
I don't think it
every
does
single match
personally,
breaks? I would
'cause
be
I
extremely
lost,
speculative on that.
and I am like, I think I'm like 14,000 in the world, and I have only boost units, and I took an L on like when I was recording a video. I just went for it
On
and
purpose?
No, I was like, okay, I can definitely do this, and then I just couldn't hang through the last little hit, and I'm using only boost units with PyCon because it's all red and green units, and I only have 11.8 million. Like,
Yeah, I think when I'm finished, I'll be at like 15.3 million or something like this.
so it's a big difference if you take an L. I don't think it's a positive personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that out
I
next
just-
preseason and we'll see.
I really, really, really despise the idea of boost units in general. I feel like that's them just picking your team for you. And sure, the older
there with
units
you.
will be boosted too, but don't be real with yourself. The latest and greatest are still going to get the higher points. So are you really going to struggle up this? Because this isn't something that you can sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to get good at TOP. I'm going to get number 1. You're going to have to then summon every single unit and max them out for the boost to get that edge on the guy that has it as well. I feel like that aspect alone, and there is no other avenue for me to go down to where I can outperform my opponent. That is what makes me feel like the ranking on TOP is absolutely non-existent in my mind, and I'm just collecting rewards because it's too convenient not to.
But hey, there's more equipments to farm, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, it's just more free stuff so I can go back to PvP, and it takes
I
less than
think-
5 minutes.
Yeah, and ultimately I don't think that's good. Like, if they're trying to make a new game mode, they should make a new game mode, not a few more menus to click through and you just get some extra stuff. Like, I honestly think they should forcibly make us watch the fights, but they should streamline them. Like, all the buffs that activate like one after another at the very beginning, it takes forever. Like, if they just streamlined all the buff activations, it's like, boom, all the buffs are activated. Now fight. And then they boom, 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 boom. You fight, you put it on speed 3, you're done with it. At least it actually feels like you're actually playing something.
But you're not. It's just like your summon animations. They don't mean
Well,
anything.
It is, but it isn't, because this is an auto battler mode, right? So those of you who are familiar with like auto chess or the battlegrounds in Hearthstone, or any of these auto battler type games, I mean, it still is like playing a game. It's just like a math and numbers. But I just think, I don't know, they should streamline the actual fight, make you watch it. Maybe to make it better for you, Prof, they add a couple things you can tap on during the battle to make it a little less passive. Like ooh,
flashes?
a buff just appears on the screen, and
You
if you,
get to do the Dokai impact.
Hey, just give us
Yeah.
the
Go!
legends.
you
And
hit
at
the
that
bubble,
point, let me go ahead and start float stepping my bot too. And then-
it gives you like a box to pop up on screen where you could choose like buff, defend, attack, and it sets the course of battle.
I'm
for
telling
the
you
next
right
turn.
now, they have achieved the pinnacle of TOP. I don't want them to add anything more. I don't want them to make me watch it.
No,
Just leave
you're
it
so
as is.
negative. Like you said, you're being too negative.
That's not negative. That's positive. I'm saying don't remove the mode. I think they should burn co-op. TOP can stay.
Yeah, but I don't want it to just be another menu simulator. That's
Well, I mean, I guess
not
that's where your
ideal.
opinions just differ.
Yeah,
It's just a
I
matter
guess.
of preference.
Menu click simulator bad.
Okay.
I think they should
Actual
just
game
make it
I-
like
I-
that.
I liked it. I was fine with
Well,
it.
it's optional in the sense that everything in this game is optional. Like that's why, it's last week that I was saying that I really like games with daily systems with more than one requirement, right? More than one. I guess, well, yeah, requirement's the right word. Like, if I did a bunch of PvP, I would still clear all my dailies as if I did my co-ops as well, right? There's an if-or situation, right? I really, really appreciate that. TOP is non-intrusive, takes less than 5 minutes, and that's the way it needs to be. If someone wants to min-max their units, get really, really, really into it, they can already do that. The mode is fine. You've already brought up, you can control which units attack what. You can control how you want your board set up. It's all there. It's just not fun for me. And because it's not fun for me, I very much cherish the fact that I can go into the mode, claim my rewards, and leave, and it not be like co-op is a waste of my time. I haven't touched Extreme Co-op since like the second day it was out, and I'm just gonna let UL Goku go into the wind because I hate the mode. TOP, I have no excuse. I press the button, I get my rewards, I get out.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Ugh,
All right.
I want an actual game mode.
Yeah, maybe that's
different
coming
game.
coming with Guild vs Guild or something.
I am honestly right now.
All right, so
you are.
I would say for the sake of timing, we have one more topic that Asdi actually brought up. So I'm gonna let you start taking the helm on this one, and that is a potential speculation of Zenkai Purple Goku Black, because we saw that screenshot that we see on the screen here. Yeah. So what do you think? Is that probable?
You're a little too zoomed in on the screenshot, Palm.
It's all good. You can see him there.
You can see the little top or the little bottom half. Okay, so basically with this guy, we have. So we've seen these screenshots before, right? There's been like I think the last one that we got was with where the opponent he had Frieza, the LF Frieza, he had the yellow Frieza, and he had the red metal cooler, and two of those three they did get the Zenkais, right? And so I think a lot of people are speculating or anticipating that this purple Goku Black is actually going to get a Zenkai. The yellow one, he already has a Zenkai, and I don't think the green one needs a Zenkai at all. Right? He's still amazing.
No. We just got LF Rose. The green one is what's needed. We don't want to power give them already.
Do you imagine?
So
They all do.
I think a lot of people kind of like, because I think they do kind of have like that trend where they'll release like an LF unit and then they'll have like a Zenkai buffer just to go ahead and add alongside them. You know, like the earlier in this episode, we just made an example of you had Gogeta Blue and then immediately you got Super Saiyan God Vegeta. I think this is going to be the same situation where LF Rose is going to basically get this guy like as a Zenkai buffer. You know, he might even possibly replace him just on the team overall. But I feel like for Rose, a lot of people kind of weren't exactly too happy about him. Like I know, like when he released, like wasn't he like immediately put like on tier 2, on the Game Press tier list, or it was tier 1 or tier 2, one of those, but it was still pretty low. And I just feel like this guy, if you look into his kit, like I still feel like he has a solid kit. Like to this day, I just think he's just aged really, really bad. And he has like the damage buff against Saiyans. Like he has like a lot of healing properties. Like he'll restore 10% of damage received. And just a lot of like really good stuff. And so I feel like he could actually be someone to go ahead and like he will be like the Saiyan like killer. Like I feel like he is going to be like a really good, especially because he's going to be a defensive type. So hopefully he can tank Android 18. That might be a stretch.
Yeah.
But what if we could get that?
That's a
I see a lot of stretch marks.
Yeah.
No one can
That-
If he
That's a big
tanks
one, man.
Android 18, nothing will kill him.
I want to have faith too, but
I want to hold out for this man for sure. And then honestly, Ryuden, I'm sorry, but like the unit that I hate going against PvP right now currently is Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I absolutely hate going against. He nukes me like every single time. And so
Good.
if I had this guy to kind of counter him a little bit, I'd be more than happy.
Good, he should. That's how it should be. It's the strongest nuke ever. It has to be that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest though. I'm not 100% convinced that they're actually gonna Zenkai this character. I feel like they like to throw curveballs here and there. They don't
Just
want it.
sneaky
They don't want to
little-
be
they knew
so
we were gonna
obvious that
assume.
everyone can predict every move that they're making. In the same way that they just release tweets that sometimes have no meaning, but the community will overreach, find some hidden meaning in what it could mean. Like it could be like a bowl of spaghetti and we'll somehow get
Garlic
blue
junior.
Gogeta Blue or something. It's just them probably trolling us. Like there's no LF Frieza Zenkai. We still don't have that. I don't think he's gonna get a Zenkai. I'm not convinced really.
Honestly-
I agree with your points though. It could make sense, but I'm just not 100% convinced that this means that he's gonna get a Zenkai. I don't think so. I hope not. I don't want the future buffing train to keep going. I think it should park for a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm not 100% convinced.
I hope not, because I just used a lot of purple Zenkai souls on Cauliflower.
Yes, that's another reason why. I'm it's the Sahara for me. I'm running out of everything.
but that's what they do, right? They just did it with blue.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't hang on to blue Zenkai souls because they just kept throwing it at us.
You know what's great is they didn't release a green Zenkai in like 50,000 years, and then when Super Saiyan 3 came, I'm like, bam, immediately. I have like 40 million of every Zenkai sold just for greens, just for this one guy.
Are you actually doing the Zenkai adventures, or just a rush?
Yeah, just because I do the extreme co-op, so I'll be set for what is it, red and purple? I think those are the adventures that we drop, but it's still not enough. I'm very, very starved in terms of resources. I don't have the Zenkai Rush medals. I stupidly have been spending on erasers and awakening equips. I don't have any Z medals. Those are gone too. Dual coins, I guess are okay, but I need help. I'm struggling.
Somebody send this man some rare medals.
Just buy your way out, man. That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to have like those. They sold it. Gosh, I don't. Not necessarily needing sales fix all of our problems, but they sold us those things you could exchange for super souls. I forget the name of the item now, but you got it with the ticket bags, I believe.
Oh, those
ticket bags.
those coins.
No, I think you
Soul
forgot
badge?
the
Is that what it
ticket
was
bags.
called?
Soul bag. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking. Soul medals.
Soul medals.
Yes.
They sold it in the packs. You got a bunch of stuff. Like, whew, do something like that. we need a big injection of resource for cheap.
I mean, honestly, they
Those
could
guys are
probably
great.
add those to like a daily sale. You know, like 320 chronos and like I don't know, 30 of those soul medals for $8 or something. I could see them do that. Not that I would be like in favor of it, but you know, just the
Well, they
same with
haven't
energy.
removed it. I thought that was just gonna be like a 1,000-day thing for those soul medals, but they stayed. So,
Yeah, we want more.
I mean,
Those are a great backup until I use them up.
y'all got
Now I
any
have
of them soul
nothing.
medals?
I'm not kidding. I really don't have anything.
but
That's
are you
why I'm
missing
worried.
any Zenkai unit right now?
What's that?
Are you missing any of the Zenkais at this point, though?
I'm not, but you know what boggles my mind is people in my comment section point out that some units I've not completely finished. And I'm like, oh my goodness, they're right. I've been running
Yeah,
a
sort
Super
by boost
Saiyan Blue Goku that has like...
No uniques.
He's not... I only got his 2 new passives and that's it. The dude's not done.
Oh man, mine hasn't even been touched, so you're good.
It's
I
a lot
have
of
so many
souls
units
you
that are
need.
not done.
Yeah.
SMH.
A
my
lot
head.
of souls.
Completely draining.
Plus, they keep adding new little things to set little goalposts for, like, here's a new piece of equipment you need to grind. Here's another character. Here's, this, that, or the other. Here's this event, and then you forget about stuff.
Yeah. Well, and if you don't really care about the unit and you just grabbed them because it's the new hype unit, then they pile up. Just like these items. I was trying to get all the items for my team, but they just kept releasing item after item after item for Broly and all of them. It's just, I can't Z everything that quickly, not even with 120 free erasers. No way.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what it
the
is.
Awakening Eclipse definitely hurt me the most.
Yeah. For me, it was Equipment Awakening hurt me for the rush medals as well because I figured, okay, they're not going to be that useful. At one point, they added Zenkai souls, and I was like, whoa! And now they have the Zenkai the Zenkai Awakening power as well for older units, and all of a sudden, those are useful. And the same now with the rare medals, because I think I made a mistake of buying a couple of super souls with them and adventure slots.
So did I.
Just a couple?
Just a
or-
couple.
No,
you
it
know,
hurts
because
me
they're
too.
expensive.
You know, not too bad.
Dude, just 5 more. Come on. All right, I think that's about it for the discussion portion. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be back with the questions. And remember, if you want your questions on the podcast, make sure to follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or join our public Discord. This is where we take questions. And with that said, we'll be back in about 3 minutes. All right, we are back with our questions. And again, don't forget, if you want the questions in the podcast, make sure to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, or join our Discord to post your questions over there. And the first question is coming from our public Discord from the user Shock, asking what's attack other than GT that has been neglected in the game in your opinion?
Dragon Ball Saga.
Minions. Oh,
Yeah, minions is important.
that's my favorite one. Yeah, but, I mean, Dragon Ball Saga, yes and no. The DKPs are holding that down pretty dang good. It's just, those are the only two, right?
Minions.
It's
Angels.
like a little sprinkle here. It's like a little salt over the shoulder, and then they just run away and they're like, future, hello again. We need more future.
We gave you your Yamcha, now you're going to take this rosé. It's like,
It's
all
like
right,
how they
Jesus,
treated
like-
female warriors last year. They're like, here's your stupid strong Zenkai. Leave me alone. I'm not giving you anything else.
But they're just not selling, I think.
I think
And like,
I
here's
think
Vados.
hybrids need some support.
Yes, thank
Sorry,
God.
what did you say, Tom?
Speaking
Oh, no.
facts.
I think hybrids need some support.
Yeah, I think the
They're pretty
regen is
bad.
also not very good.
They could use a new green for sure.
Whoa, we just got real talk. We have Zenkai Gotenks. We have the new EX trunks. We have transforming trunks. I feel like our greens are fine. We could use a little bulky green. Like the thing I don't like about transforming trunks is, I mean, he gets clapped
He
pretty
just
quickly.
dies.
Yeah. So you're tanking on Red Gohan, which is what you don't want to do because he's gonna get killed. So that's where Trunks doesn't really fall in. So a big tanky green unit would be fine.
What about a
Legit,
purple?
like purple unit, I would love a brand new purple for hybrids. But if I'm being real with the world, the hybrids obviously are very, very, very fine where they're at. The team I think needs the most love is Vegeta family. I don't see enough of it. Everything else you kind of run into. I don't find Vegeta
Dude, Vegeta family is so good. It's only a
they're
couple
decent.
units. Only the optimal units
they're
are
a couple
good.
away.
Yeah, but
Eloise there, but everything else, when I really think about it, they're that fine. Vegeta family, every time they get a unit, I feel like it's a halfway measure. Like it's.
Did you just say LOE is better than Vegeta family?
No, but Ellie's getting love right now. Well, maybe.
They're gonna semi-love.
No.
It's like this. It's like this.
I don't know, man.
Like this love where they
The
just don't
cooler-
want to let you go, but they also don't really want to give you anything. Not like those Zenkais. They were kind of meh.
Like Blue Cooler, today's standards, is still an absolute monster. If he came out tomorrow, everybody would be talking about him being S and Z tier. He's crazy good, right? I think LOE is really just missing that one unit to just kind of wrap it all up. We were really hoping Red Metal Cooler and Yellow Frieza were gonna meet that mark, right? And that's kind of how I feel about Vegeta families. Like sometimes they get these gimmicky moments where they do a ton of damage, but it always feels like they're missing something. Like every other time you see a team when they come into like Androids for right? Androids got to the point where they had every color and then they gave you another Zenkai on top of it, right? That's a finished team. I don't think Vegeta family has ever been in the situation where you're just like, stop it, we have enough, right?
Again, I think it's super precise. Like I think the only team that's viable is the purple Vegeta with the guy Vegeta and then blue Trunks. And that's the only team that's like viable, right? Like to the point where I feel comfortable running it against like Sun Family Zenkai 7. But so I can give you that. It's not a complete team that they don't have a blue that's solid enough. Majin Vegeta's alright. They don't have a green that's solid enough. Like LF Vegeta's his stats are lacking. And I don't know, man. LOE
Dude,
being
it's one or
better, I
two
don't know
units,
about
I
that.
swear. And you brought up that Vegeta. If they Zenkai that Vegeta, that might be the key. You know, like
I think Super Vegeta would be a fantastic Zenkai personally for them, but
Super Vegito.
Super Vegeta. The old school yellow
Alternatively, I think this actually counts because it's something that we've seen in the game before, but they have severely neglected like sagas based teams. And I don't mean sagas from the movies. I mean like how they came up with the banner with LF Piccolo, Feet Goku, and Raditz, right? Like
The
that
same
team
sagas.
has synergy based around characters from that arc. And there's other ones like, you know, the Frieza saga characters and Universe Survival arc. But overall, there are so many sagas and different sub-teams that they could make, but they have just been really kind of neglecting that
Sagas.
aspect of their team building side of the game.
I think they're scared. Like I truly like, cause imagine if we had a bunch of like Majin Buu saga buffers. We're running Z7 Fat Buu with like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, both of the Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. They're getting
Oh,
buffed
I like
by
that
one.
idea.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I think it's less so fear, it's more so trying to follow interest. It's why we've been seeing Future get so much love for like since second year actually, if I really think about it.
Yeah, Future was terrible, and then the second they hit with Vegito Blue,
Yeah.
best team in the game like overnight, and it's pretty much stayed in the top like 5.
Yeah,
Still
they've been
one versus
consistently getting help since second year. They've just been getting
Well-
more and more new units / Zenkais.
But you,
The Goku Black is obviously a really hype character. Vegito Blue, really hype character. You know, Sword of Hope Trunks, thank God someday, right? You're gonna be really hype, and
I hope he's right.
I feel like I really, yeah, he needs to be red. But I really hope that they continue on this trend. Like Future is a really broad tag. It lets you take Mai, Goku Black, and Trunks, put them all on a team together, right? And we even have Goku and Vegeta coming to the future and getting that tag. So I like the broader tags. GT, man, there's only so many units, right? But if you have them in GT Saiyans, be lots of units to go with. So I prefer that if we have these air quotes dead tags, you know, when you look at Gohan, right? He's a sun and he's a hybrid. So focusing on the hybrid portion of him is, well, I guess Sun is pretty expansive because all the Gokus. But you guys get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
If you have a GT unit come out and you're focused on the fact that he's a GT unit and not the fact that he's a fusion unit, fusion gives him longevity on all the different fusion teams. And if he's a fusion Saiyan god, you can run them on any team, right? And the more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's what Gresh been saying. That's why they don't do it, is because it wouldn't be ran on GT. Like that's why whenever he makes the joke, GT will never be a fulfilled team. That's why, because like if a Goku comes out, you're not putting him on GT unless
17,
like
you put him on Android.
he's only geared towards GT. He's going on Sun Family, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going on pure Saiyans at that point.
People are going to obviously gravitate. If people don't change their favorite saga of Dragon Ball is every time a new banner comes out, they run the strongest setup, right? And
Yeah, of
so
course.
if there's an arguable reason that the new Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta comes out and his optimal team is actually going to be the Saiyan team and not the GT team, then I 100% agree with Goresh that that's where the game design falls in. But that really does say to the fact that the GT units are falling short. There are GT fans out there, and if you follow the same rule as, well, he can be on the Saiyan team, it doesn't matter that the GT team isn't as prominent, it's that a GT unit is viable. And if, Rildo gets a Zenkai, or there's another Vegeta that comes out in the future, and he's Vegeta family and GT, suddenly you can start pairing GT units together that are all viable, even though their most optimal teams as on their own, fall elsewhere. I think that's the real key, is make sure that there's options, not just, I
agree
GT
with
really
you.
sucks, so let's make this one GT unit really freaking good, and the only way you're going to use it is with a GT squad, right?
I agree with you, but that's just the point of like what he says whenever it's saying like that's why GT doesn't get these massive buffs, is because it wouldn't really go to GT. They may as well just make a Saiyan at that
To
point.
I feel like
That's
to go
why.
back to the question, I think the most neglected tag other than GT is Ginyu Force. Yeah, I said you heard it here first.
For sure.
No, I thought it was the minion.
I forgot that was the question. I'm gonna be honest.
No, if we're going back to the question, I really think movies need some love. Like, yeah, they have the Broly, they have the Gogeta, but if you're solely playing the movies team, they're not holding up in today's
Yeah,
meta.
it's rough.
Yeah.
I run movies.
I want
That's on you.
the Universe 2 girls, bro. Like I'm just gonna say it. I want the Transforming Universe 2 girls on an all-star banner. All three of them. Give me like the wolves treatment, the dogs.
No.
Oh my god.
Enjoy that.
All
Yeah,
right.
but they're just gonna be rival universe. They're not gonna be you two. Like that's
They're gonna be
what they were
girls.
just saying about
They're
GT.
not gonna be you
Just you
two.
two and girls, no
But the
rivalry
you two
and first
girls.
buff.
The OG.
Well, they're
Sparky
probably gonna be like
YouTubers,
rival
they have, like, a
universe
pretty good
or
team.
girls, and then if you're both, you get the super buff or whatever, or rival universe you two. Then if you're both, well, actually, that's just a straight girls rival universe, so that's kind of
Would Ribrianne have
One and the
powerful
same.
opponent?
she should.
I don't know. Dude, is she a powerful opponent? Like,
Powerful,
I don't know, man.
probably. All right, I think
Doesn't Vegeta like interrupt her transformation? Because that'd be absolutely fantastic.
it's time to move on
I
before
like-
we start beating a dead
Yeah,
horse.
we can go to the next question.
And the next question is coming from Tats Johan, asking, how would you feel if Legends let you interact more with your friends list and guilds? For example, like a guild chat or your friends appearing online or in a match, or adding friend battles against your guild mates. Because right now it's just kind of pointless.
No kind of chat ever.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, they'll
I don't
never
wanna
do
see what
chat.
y'all know.
They'll never do
No.
chat because
No.
of the trolling. But all the rest of the stuff honestly already exists in the game. It's just so severely downplayed. Like, when your friends are online, it does tell you if you navigate to your friends list and look at the last logged in, and I guess it doesn't have a little green or red dot next to their name to let you know if they're like active, but you can see.
I think he wants to like be able to see. Oh man, my friends are on. Oh, he's actually in the menu right now. Let me go ahead and send him a battle request.
Well, yeah,
I
like,
think
that would be
that's what
great,
we're
and then you
looking
could
for here.
spectate if they're playing PvP, if they have
That would be
all
dope.
types of
Yeah, that
stuff
would
like
be-
that.
yeah.
And like,
Because
Yeah.
the thing
That'd
is,
be
right
awesome.
now,
But-
if I could log in and then play Legends for 6 hours, and it would say last logged in 6 hours ago because that's when I loaded up the
Yeah.
game, but I'm still online and they don't really know that, right?
yeah,
Here's
like I said,
my
the
big thing with
infrastructure's
this.
all kind of there. It just sucks. Like, it's very
Just the
downplayed.
execution isn't
Like-
the
I'm-
greatest. Yeah.
I mentioned earlier in this podcast that it feels about 20% of my matches are currently ending in a disconnection. You're telling me one of my friends is randomly going to pop in on one of these matches, and one of their friends could be popping in on these
Well, I'm
matches? or
talking
God
about in a
knows how many
perfect
people.
world. Like, we could have better stuff like that. But
Yeah, sure, but that spectator mode in fighting games, yeah, I would absolutely love that. One of my favorite things League of Legends added is like you could see top tier players fighting and then just kind of hop in on random matches that were happening right now, right? And see what the pros are doing. So that's the kind of stuff is really cool. I just think Legends will never be at a point where it can handle a system that's being described.
Well, it's just a mobile game. Like, you can only expect but so much from it, realistically, because of the fact that they are still catering to people with lower end devices just to keep the game more accessible. Like
Well,
if they
no,
only
that's not true. You're playing Hearthstone right now, and I have that on my tablet. And
Wait, what?
Blizzard did Hearthstone. I can see when people
right,
are live.
but
I can
that's
send
like,
live
I know
messages.
I'm talking about that's like you're talking about like the live action PvP and the spectator stuff. It's harder.
But that's
for,
all
like,
done on a mobile app. I'm saying that Legends is not going to be able to pull it off. It is possible with today's standards. Legends is not going to succeed. I am currently having load time issues just trying to get in, and we discussed that there is an item glitch they cannot figure out. Like, I have zero optimism for a feature like this making it to the game.
Yeah, it's just very underdeveloped in that sense. So
All right. I guess we'll just move on. Next question is coming from one of our regulars, Ryan RMT70. Do you think them replacing a regular multi-Z power and an extra 1000 CC with the 1000 Z powers of an Ultra unit at the current double RP season was justified?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I like it,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay, go spend that 1000 CC you just got, get that hero multi, and ask me which one you want at the end of the day. Thank you.
I think people need to remember that this is the highest rarity in the game, the most premium, the most work they put in a unit. And I know it's difficult to get, but they designed it that way because it's the most premium thing they have. They want you to work for it. They did, honestly, getting the fact that just getting battle rank 50 gives you some in a double RP season is, to me, a little bit generous. I know it's difficult, but in 2x RP, getting battle rank 50, it's less of a chore than if it was before. Like, they easily could have just said, how about 2000 for top 3k instead, and battle rank 50 gets nothing. I think you got to remember, this is the most premium thing. They're giving it for free. There are different avenues to get it, and people often don't read the little like notes at the bottom, but in there it also said that they're putting multi-Z power in the rare metal shop there too. So it's not like this is for people that want to maximize this unit. They want to get him to the highest potential possible. They're not going to let you do it easily. I don't think any company would start giving you the rarest thing for free.
This is like,
But what if I want it for free?
You are getting it for free, but if you want him at his highest potential,
just
maxed
kidding,
out
yeah.
everything, then they're gonna make you want it.
I want that
do
tomorrow,
it.
bro. I want to log into the game. They give me 5,000 CC and Ultra Goku 14 stars. That's
if
what I
the
want
season
tomorrow.
reward was 600 Z power of the latest LF unit, people would be flipping out, right? Because you're not going to pull that on a single multi. That's the kind of multi you post about, right? Like, oh my god, I spent 1K and walked away with the latest unit.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I'm going to translate the latest unit into 2,000 Z power for getting top 3K? That's a steal and a half. And as Ryuden already pointed out, this is the highest statted unit in the game. He's objectively has the most work put into him out of all of his animations, art, everything, right? Yes, he's free to playish on the Z ability, but this is as premium as it gets right now, boys, and it's free. And you just have to go and do the core of the game, which is PvP. I 100% with this change, and if they go forward just having seasonal characters, right? That'd be really cool. I don't even care about this Goku at the end of the day because I'm a hybrid main, but I still want to collect it.
Alrighty. The next question is coming from Sefko, and he's asking, do you like the idea of having two PvP modes, one with Zenkais and one without Zenkais?
no.
Some players are already having that.
No.
Takes away the point of wailing on him.
Yeah, you guys just need to accept that Zenkai is part of Legends and stop calling it Zenkai Legends and making all the Zenkai jokes, and just understand that that is a tier of unit within the game itself. This full stop. If it came out with the game, it would be no difference. It's just a kind of unit in the game.
Yeah.
And
It
then
will never
the
go
mode
anywhere.
without Zenkai would just be future. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
really.
Future
And
Rival
then people
Universe
would
are
be
suddenly
upset that
pummeling
all they
everything.
fight is future, and then because like basically they're upset that they face meta teams, but in competitive modes you will always fight meta teams. That's the idea. Some people find fun in winning. Some people find fun in playing. You'll never be able to get these both aligned and happy.
Yeah.
Well,
I think,
and one of the things you guys need to realize is, as Ryuden just pointed out, there will always be a dominant meta. There will always be a best in slot. But in the world of Zenkai, you can achieve the 1400% unit with 7,000 Chrono Crystals. In the world without Zenkai, you better start summoning. And you better hope you pull that unit, because you're not going to get all that multi-Z power right out the get-go like you can with these Zenkai units.
Exactly.
If people that invested in Zenkai Bardock are slapping people, and they've been doing it for months now. And so these units are staying relevant. Not only are they staying relevant, but this is the most free-to-play the game has ever been. And it is because of Zenkai.
Yeah, and I kind of want to go ahead and segue off of that a little bit too. Especially as a free-to-play player, like you are just speaking facts right now. Because I wouldn't even like this, because as a free-to-play player, like you have to understand that you are going to have to Zenkai some units in order to stay competitive with this game. And, this would kind of like, I'm not going to play that game mode. If we had 2 game modes and one was Zenkai's, one without, I use Zenkai's. I use free-to-play Zenkai's. Like, I'm not playing the one without Zenkai's.
Yeah, it would divide the population of the game too much to the point where I don't think it would be viable.
And then also some people would try and like keep up in both game modes, just burn out. And then as Ryuden said, people would ask like, can we have a game mode with Zenkai's, one without Zenkai's, and one without future? And then it would just kind of go off from there,
Honestly, it kind of would be a slap in the face of the player that was really dedicated to a single tag, free to play. It's like if Zenkai is the way to make their favorite team the strongest possible, they dedicate all their resources to it, and then they find out, hey, no one's playing the mode with Zenkai's despite you investing all your time and energy into that one team. It feels like a slap in the face. I wouldn't agree with this mode.
When Zenkai came out, they cost 25,000 Chrono Crystals. I was preaching the Zenkai gospel already, saying that people spend more than that in a banner and just get shafted. But the big thing I pointed out to people is I started saving for Purple Gohan the day Zenkai was announced, because I knew it was going to happen. And when we got multi-Z power, I was pumping it all into that unit because I knew he would get a Zenkai. But Ryuden just pointed out, my Gohan was a god when that banner first dropped. I went straight to like Z3, and then like a couple weeks later I was Z6 Gohan, and nobody had him back then, right? And that unit was just wrecking everything, and I felt rewarded for my investment in my long-term game plan. And yeah, you would be stealing that from everybody that just wanted to make their OG unit work again.
I mean, honestly, when I saw the question and I selected it, I was like, well, rather than this, I would more like a game mode like they did with the, what was it called? The Ultimate Battle or whatever it was. Just maybe, experiment with the game mechanics itself, like have one without Rising Rush or, some other limitations like Extreme only. I think that I would try out. But yeah, I think Zenkai's yes or no, it's also something like, hey, if I invest in the game, why shouldn't I actually reap the rewards from that?
This game mode that's being suggested in this tweet is actually quite divisive, because it would cause a lot of issues, more negative emotions overall, and it would divide the player bases, which would overall lead to less consistent matches in both modes, I think. Alternatively, a mode that I would love to see them implement would be a ranked draft mode, where you can kind of like Arena and Hearthstone or like Magic the Gathering, you go play draft mode at the card shop, or Pokemon, whatever you play or have played. It offers you a couple choices, you pick one of them, it offers you more choices, and you build your whole deck that way, and you go and see like, can I get 10 wins before losing 3 times? Like, maybe if you could do that mode, if everyone could enter that mode like once a day and queue up, if you get like a ticket where you can play Arena once a day or something, or you could spend like 100 CC to play an additional Arena, and it has little rewards based off how well you do. Like, if you can get to the full 10 wins, you get max rewards, but if you get eliminated progressively, through the steps of your winning process, you'll get different tiers of rewards. I think that would be the best and least negative impacting new game mode like they could add. Like draft mode would be awesome.
Play we had what is it, the original LBR, I forget the name of the tournament, right? But every time they've done that ticket stuff, the players, because of those rewards you just mentioned, you can't make the single match rewards good in this game. You just can't. If you do, Timmy is going to disconnect every time he's about to lose, and that's going to piss you off and ruin your game experience.
Well, they just need to go back to just giving those people like an L.
I don't know, man.
That it requires development on their part. I don't like the word "it can't be done," because everything can be done given the proper amount of development and TLC, but just whether or not they will choose to do that is the more impactful problem.
Free-to-play Mike.
I had to. What about free-to-play Mike?
But yeah, I think that Legends is in a unique circumstance. Like, one, in games like this, you don't want to split the player base generally, right? Especially in PvP. You kind of want to funnel everybody to the same location so everybody finds an opponent, and you don't have a disparity. Like right now, if you go up on the rank ladder, you're just not going to find people, right? Well, no, not double RP is a little different, but in general, on how the game is set up, there's just somewhat of a lack of players, if you would. So having another mode that people would then have to queue into, I mean, when you said draft originally, I would love it if in ranked you got to ban 2 of your opponent's units. Like, that would just, I would be so happy. I'm sure all y'all do it too. Just ban Gohan immediately or whoever you want, right?
Yeah, that's why the executives at Dimps Bandai would never allow that.
Oh man, I would accept you banning my Gohan all day if I got to actually pick the units I didn't want to mess with that round.
Even
But
better.
yeah,
Would be,
I digress.
even better would be the mode that he did say in a video and stuff once, where he said like, "How about your opponent chooses your team?"
Oh
Yeah.
yes, out of your 3 units, that way you have to pick 3 that are going to be working no matter what. I would sit down in Theorycraft all day, making sure all 6 of my units I was comfortable running no matter what combination it was, right?
And that would
Yeah.
be fun too, because you're like, okay, well, let's see what he's going to choose for me. I got to choose. You're going to make your decisions on his team, on what decisions he could make on your team, adds that extra level of thought. And then, even if you get a bad hand, you're like, I got to work with what I got. You know what I mean?
Well, but the idea is that you'll never have that moment. Unless your opponent just happens to have the exact antithesis of your team, and you have to select your own poison.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really exciting if
Death
they've
or
got to pick how they're going to get destroyed. And you did the same thing.
Mono teams
Mainly it would
become
make it
super
to where-
prominent.
Mono, yeah.
Yeah, no one's like, oh, it doesn't matter to me. They're all blue.
I ran all blue, and I'm just going to ban your green units. Okay. Oh gosh. Brad's depression is a mood at this point. It looks like it.
What, my depression?
Bro, you look like it's been out of this
face-palming
entire
like the whole-
podcast.
Yeah, you've been like
This is how I look all the time. We don't have face. Well, yeah, because I'm looking at the
Brad, we
phone.
just
No,
wanna-
but you've
we
been
just want you to
specifically
know
doing
that-
this like the whole episode. You look at my
His
face
Rising
cam.
Rush got guest. I'm not surprised. I'd be upset too.
Brad, we just want you to know that we
I
love you
flip.
and we're here for you and we're your friends, and that's why this is an intervention.
I look like this literally all the time, and we just don't have face cams. Like,
it's a day
I'm
in the
just
life.
saying, it's
I'll
the
sit like
face
this.
palm
Brad
that's
is
been
giving us a
doing it.
cry
Like
for
this,
help right
this,
now, and we're just laughing
This
at it.
face palm has been what's making it look like that.
Yeah. He's looking like sitting straight up, smiling. You
it
ain't
hurts.
catching me now.
Like it hurts, bro. My back hurts. Like I can't sit up like that.
People in chat are calling you sadical.
That's the face you
Damn.
make when you guess somebody's rush.
I'll take it, bro.
I think that's a good time to end the podcast. So we will raid into Tom. He's gonna turn on the hot tub. 5 subs gets his name on the whiteboard, and 10 subs on his body.
No, on my
right?
biceps.
And yeah, we hope you had a good time at the podcast. We will be back next week. This podcast is going to air in about 24 hours on YouTube as a premiere. So if you missed parts of it or you just want to rewatch it, make sure that you check out the YouTube. Again, we will be reacting to video and stuff on Tuesday. I believe it's 10 a.m. Eastern. But the time is in the tweet on the DB Legends Twitter. So we'll definitely be over here on Twitch. And again, Twitch Prime is not a crime. Dondre just put the link tree in the chat. So if you want to find all our social media outlets, just make sure to click that link. With that said, we'll be back next week. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Take care. Bye.